What's up guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Tisha the Brave. Hope you guys are doing well, hope you guys are doing okay. Today I'm here to talk about the year of 7, which is 2023. But before we get into that, let me just remind you that if you guys are into numerology, every week, every Monday I post a numerology forecast as well as the moon forecast. And if you're also into tarot, I also do pick a cards every Monday. Alright, so go and check me out on Patreon if you like that, patreon.com/Tisha the Brave. Alright, so today I'm talking about the year of 2023, which is the year of 7. So last year was the year of 6, which was 2022, and in the year of 6 we were learning to nurture our own vision. We were learning about the balance between doing things for other people and doing things for ourselves. This time we may have been forced to do a lot of things for other people, or felt like we had to do a lot of things for other people, and we were putting ourselves possibly on the back burner. But those of us who used, you know, this time wisely, we were also thinking about our visions. We were thinking about what we want to do for ourselves. And I know it was very interesting for me because this was the year that I became a full-time carer for my mother. So it was a lot of doing things for her and not enough for me. I didn't have many breaks, and it was my fault for not really thinking about how I can, you know, really balance myself out. So in this year, I'm really taking the initiative to like put me first, you know what I mean? I just want to remind everybody that there are personal years for everyone. So this, for me, this year is going to be 1. For you, it might be 4, it might be 5, it might this. So you have to pay attention to that as well. But for the collective, 2023 is going to be in the 7. Okay. Well, at the end of this year, Jupiter kind of like transited from Pisces to Aries. When Jupiter was in Pisces, we were believing in our spiritual abilities. We were also having some like luck with ending things, and also like transitioning into maybe something new, because Pisces is about endings but also like moving into beginnings. So I feel like what's happening now with Jupiter being in Aries is now we have the stamina to kind of like do something that we really want, or like put some energy into our passion projects. So while we were in the 6, it was in Pisces, and so like basically all the visions and stuff that we had conjuring up in our mind, like now that it's moving into Aries, we're a bit more bolder with that decision. So in saying that, I do want us to pay special attention to this year's catchphrase, which is definitely remain balanced. Expect this year to be one of deep uncovering. Expect this year to be like a magnifying glass. The truth is going to be revealed. Like things that were in shadow is definitely going to come to light, because 7 is the truth seeker. Okay, the life path 7 is someone who's a truth seeker. So in this year, things are going to be revealed. Conspiracy is now going to be unveiled. There are going to be things that you won't be able to escape within yourself, things that you would definitely need to uncover in therapy, or things that you were going to have to like really take some initiative with, because these are things that are going to be like, wow, I never thought about this before. This is going to be some really deep unveiling. Expect to question spiritual things and spiritual people and even religion, okay? Because 7 is a very spiritual number, but also in general, like I said, because this year is about uncovering, you're going to be able to see things a little bit more clearly if you are doing shadow work. Okay, so like really getting into grips with what doesn't serve you, or and moving into what makes you feel better and what makes you become a better person. And because there's going to be a lot of light shed upon this year, upon what's going on around here, there are going to be some heavy choices you're going to have to make. Okay, the thing about this year, there is not going to be something that is going to be like, things are not going to be so black and white, and it's going to be hard for you to kind of like make decisions, because the truth is basically a spectrum as well. Like, where do you stand on this spectrum? Like, because there are things that have happened in this world where you can have some understanding about horrible things and understand why people make horrible decisions. And so it's interesting because you're gonna have to like really align with like a spectrum. To be a person and not know where you stand sometimes is part of human nature. Now, I'm not saying this for every single thing. Of course, there are things that need a lot of like, you need to be black and white about where you stand about this. But human nature is also understanding everything, okay? And that's kind of like what a life path 7 is. If you're a life path 7 like myself, like sometimes you could see everything, right? The perspective of every side. So just expect yourself also to be going down the rabbit hole. And also I feel really strongly that the truth about certain celebrities will be unveiled. I'm looking forward to possibly getting some more information on Britney, because I want to know what's going on with her. And I feel like the rest of the world also wants to know what's going on with her. In the year of 7, it could be possible that we can get more information on people like Britney or whoever else, okay? I feel like this year to me is a blend of like 3 zodiac signs. So if you guys are familiar with that, I feel like Aquarius. Aquarius is our technology moving forward, futuristic things, also a lot of like conspiracy. I feel like the conspiracy in particular is going to be one of the things that people are really going to be talking about, like a lot of conspiracy. Also Scorpio, which is like dark unveiling, also like energy being exposed. And then Pisces being about spirituality and also endings. There are things that you're going to end and stop doing if you're doing shadow work, because you're going to realize that the truth is this person is not good for me, or this situation has never been good for me, or this workplace, or this boss, or this or that. There's going to be a lot of endings here. It's actually a very exciting time if you think about it, but at the same time it could be scary if you're not remaining balanced, which is something that you guys have to constantly remember. So what can we do and what must we remember, okay, to have the balance between our divine feminine and masculine? Because the decisions you will have to make this year will really determine whether you have worked on your shadow aspects or not. I think the year of 6 was really thinking about like, dude, can I do something for myself? Year of 7 is going to be harder, because it's like you are really being pushed to the edge here of like facing some harsh stuff. So you can't be too logical about certain decisions, and you can't be too emotional about other decisions. You need to find some sort of like spiritual balance. My key here to me is lots of meditation, lots of working on chakras and things like that, because honestly speaking, this is going to be a hard year if you guys are not remaining balanced. I mean, of course, there are loads of positives to this year. A lot of things are going to be, you're going to feel transformed after this year if you do all the light work and not the shadow. If you do all the shadow work, of course, you're going to feel really good at the end of this year. But this is really about shedding some burdens. It's really about shedding some burdens. Everybody, including yourself, will be exposed, and even people will willingly talk about what is going on with them. So this is the opportunity to listen. This is the opportunity to listen, because by listening, you'll make some really good decisions on whether these people should be in your life or not. That's just the gist of it. Really and truly, like when you're listening to these conversations that people are talking about, this is a moment for you to really make some decisions. There are people already that I've kind of like stepped away from, because I'm realizing the conversations we're having, I don't really mess with people like that. Those are the things you're going to start, you know, really finding out, and like there might be an elimination process for you. Okay, so find the thing that keeps you centered and balanced during this high emotional time. So for me, when I'm super emotional, I log out of all social media and I take the time to really like go through my journal, and like sometimes I draw, sometimes I like write poetry, sometimes I just do like automatic writing. For me, that's what restores my balance. Like when I log out and I don't allow things to distract me, I then can navigate through my emotions in the best way possible. You need to find your thing. You need to find your thing that will help you remain balanced, okay? And of course, during this year, you have to work on your root and sacral chakra. Root, because you need to be grounded. You need to make sure that you know where you stand. You need to make sure that despite all the things that are going on here and all the exposure, that you know that there is someone or something looking out for you and you're cool with that, right? And your sacral chakra, because it's going to be a highly emotional time, and you need to put your emotions somewhere where you can remain balanced, and you can also find something that can make you feel stable, you know, just like I was talking about with the social media thing. And last but not least, use this raw exposure of yourself to truly be yourself. Now that everybody is being exposed, and now that you're being exposed, why hide what has been unveiled? If you are a person that is into this particular thing and you find that to be like a weird thing, like find your people, find the people that get you. A lot of us are just letting go of insecurities. I've actually realized as well that I know that I know that a lot of celebrities use their body as fashion, but I did realize that as soon as like the year of 2023 was creeping up, a lot of these celebrities got rid of their BBLs. Like the Kardashians, for example, they just got rid of them. And I'm not to say that's a good or a bad thing, but what I'm saying is like going back to their original bodies to begin with is something interesting. There's something interesting about that in terms of the Life Path 7. Like, I don't feel like any celebrity should be an example, but I thought that was something that was interesting that was happening in correlation to what I'm speaking about. So I hope you guys understand that. So just generally, this is a moment of exposure, but this is also a moment of truth seeking. Be your true self, because it's going to be unveiled anyway. And this is a moment of transformation. So remain balanced. Don't be too emotional about your decisions that you're going to make this year. Don't be too logical. It's about spiritual balance. So you need to find that center. I highly suggest you check out my Life Path 7 video that I made if you want a little bit more insight on what the 7s are all about, because that could also make up a summary of what this year is going to be too. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.
Thank you.